Welcome back to the Glasses Guy channel, here with all your tips and tricks for sunglasses and eyeglasses. Today we're going to talk about a hot topic about progressive lenses. I get tons of questions about the factors that are part of creating a progressive lens, and today we're going to talk about that. As always, I'm trying to pull back the curtain for you and have you empowered as you're making decisions about your glasses so you can make the best possible decision. When we're creating a progressive lens, we're thinking about measurements. We want to know exactly where the pupil sits in your frame. With that information, we're going to be able to pinpoint where that progressive reading power should start and where the distance is going to be. And so that is a very key factor in creating that lens. And technically, that is called a seg height. And so we want to know exactly where the pupil sits in each side of the lens. And then we're going to measure down from that pupil to the bottom of the lens. And that's going to give us the seg height. So that's a crucial measurement. If you can't see in your progressive lenses, that's something that can be off. Obviously, there's human error involved with getting the correct seg height. The other factor is called a pupillary distance. And this is taken with a pupillometer, sometimes in the exam lane, or with an optical shop. It can be done with a pupillometer or digital measurements. But that's a key factor as well. You'll notice some distortion or some, especially angularly, so off to the left or right. And usually that has to do with a PD that is off. And so usually that is a horizontal challenge with the vision, not as much of a vertical. The seg is going to be representative of a vertical challenge in your vision. The third factor, and this is the one that's not talked about quite as much, and so I just want to clarify this. This is really about design height. And so when we talk about progressive lenses, in some progressive designs, not all, but in your higher end progressive lenses, options for you based on your usage, how you use your glasses, whether you're at the computer a lot, whether you're reading a lot, are you reading on a book, are you reading on your phone, all these different factors, we have the control to be able to change how wide that corridor is for your computer and for your reading. The distance at the top there always stays the same, so you're going to have that. The only way to change your distance is going to be to lower that seg height. But what we're talking about here is your corridor length. And so you can change that in a progressive lens so that you have a little bit more room in your computer or a little bit less. And then you can have more room in your reading, or you can have less. I'm going to show a graphic that will help describe exactly what you might be looking for in your progressive lenses. And this is a conversation you can have with your optician, but I want to empower you with some of this information. So the first design of in a progressive lens, fixed 18 is kind of the industry standard. And this provides the most intermediate, so it's kind of built for our digital world with a very wide intermediate, which would be your computer distance or conversation distance. And it's going to be more the industry standard. Then you have the fixed 15, which is a bit more reading than your standard. So if you have someone, or if you are a person who wants a little bit more room in your reading, then we're going to change that to a fixed 15. Then the third option is fixed 13. This is a lot more reading. We're getting into more of a similar to a bifocal or a trifocal design. Now, obviously it doesn't have the lines or anything like that, but you're getting a little bit more room in that reading instead of in the computer. So this is for that person that says, hey, I'm really not on the computer that much, and I really want to have that really wide in the reading zone. The fourth one is the fixed 11. This is going to provide the largest reading zone possible. So we're looking at a very deep reading zone. You're going to get lots of room, a lot of real estate for that reading, but you're going to lose, it's going to shrink down that computer distance. And so this is where the conversation starts to happen, either between you and your optician or you and your doctor, or you just are empowered with the information to go, you know what, I'm not on the computer very much. I actually want a lot of reading room, so I'm gonna go with a fixed 11. Now it has to be the right style of lens. Like not every brand of lens comes with these options, but you want to choose a lens that you have that control and have that option so that you're getting maximum vision. So 3 factors that are very important when we're talking about progressive lenses. Obviously, the prescription always has to be right. I'm just assuming that that is right. But if that is right, we want to get the seg height correct, so exactly where your pupil sits in the lens. We want to get that PD correct, so you're getting maximum vision. And number 3, what is that design, that fixed design? What is your choice? What is the optician's choice for you based on your use of that lens? Hopefully this empowers you to know a little bit more about why you may or may not be seeing well and the options that you have when you're choosing a progressive lens. We sell Shamir Autograph Intelligence, and it gives you all 4 of these options in the progressive fixed lens design, and you can be empowered to see your best out of these progressive lenses. Drop any comments you might have in the chat below. I'm here to help. And thanks as always for watching The Glasses Guy with all your tips and tricks for sunglasses and eyeglasses.